Hi guys, welcome to Talks with Tagger. My name is David, aka Tagger. So before I get into what we're going to talk about, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this podcast. So we, on the podcast, we're just going to mainly talk about challenges that teens face through these days. Because me, when I look through my phone, I cannot find like people our age talking about the problems that they go through. I see other people talking about it, like good for them, good for you. Like it's amazing what you do. But I think that we should hear from people who can relate to us easier. So before I get into this topic today, which is technology and social media, I'm going to introduce two people. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Okay, hi guys, my name is Renee, and yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Naquila, but most of my friends call me Ella.
Amazing. Okay, do you guys have a fun fact about yourselves?
No, sorry.
No.
I'm quite boring. I call myself a boring person.
I feel like the only fun fact I can really tell you is that like I'm double jointed, so like to get do what you with your imagination. Yeah.
Hello?
Fun fact about me. I don't know. Fun fact? I'm boring. What's fun? I have a business.
Woo! Support black businesses, guys.
Scrumdiddly yum yum. But yeah. Okay, let me just get into it. So the topic today is going to be on technology and social media because our generation we've grown up with technology, like the ages of like what age?
Young. Like some people get iPads from when they're like 6 months. No, seriously. Not me personally.
Yeah.
But like
I agree.
not my nieces and nephews, but like my baby family members.
Yeah.
They're like 1 and they have an iPad to watch stuff on.
I feel like social media was like when you were in like year 5, year 6 times.
Yeah, like Musically.
Yeah, when you was on Musically and stuff like that.
Doing all the lip syncing.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think technology and social media like promote inappropriate stuff? It could be in both ways. Is how people take things that they see on social media and technology, social media, or what people send on social media.
Okay. Yes and no. I don't think it promotes it because obviously you have your like Kardashians and all those like BBL stuff. If they're promoting it, I'm not sure. It just depends on how each person takes it and whether they want to like try look like that. But at the same time, I do because they are always promoting like gummies and these drinks and stuff to like lose weight, but they don't work and they're just gimmicks. And it's a whole topic of like eating disorders and stuff. So does it promote inappropriate, like, what was the exact question?
Inappropriate things, just like
does it
in general.
Promote inappropriate things, yeah, because it like older people kind of influencing young people like us to change themselves, but at the same time, no one told you to go and follow them.
True.
Yeah, so I'm in the middle.
I agree. I feel like I'm in the middle because I feel like it depends on like what's on your feed, on who you're following. Because if you're following certain people that you know they're always promoting, like you said, gummies and like what's it called, unhealthy ways to like lose weight and stuff like that, then they're promoting inappropriate things. But if you have your feed of just like your friends, no celebrities and stuff like that, then of course it's going to be like positive things. I feel like 50-50.
So I agree with what both of you say in terms of like who you follow and what you're looking for online, and like misinformation as well, and people like believing in it like religiously. Think like, you know, the gummies that you're talking about that help you lose it and stuff like that. There are people online who would literally believe that will work and they'll be spending money on it, and then nothing will happen, and then they'll be like, oh, see, I've just wasted how much of my money online just for something not to work. But okay.
And then it also puts people down as well.
That's true.
Because if you're using these things and you're thinking it doesn't work for me, but it's working for her, you're gonna feel even more insecure because you're gonna be like, what's wrong with me? Like, why is it not working for me? That sort of thing as well.
True. So do you think that, like, how do I say it? You know, technology and social. When I say technology and social media, I'm just gonna say social media now.
Okay.
Because say technology and social media is like just in my tongue. But do you think like technology like pushes people towards like issues of mental health?
Definitely.
And
100%.
could you give examples?
Definitely. The example we just gave.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Eating disorder and stuff like that. Also, I feel like social media could send people into depression.
Yeah.
Like, an example of this could be like how it's like American prom time and stuff like that. And they're posting their prom dresses. They think they look great. And then when they get on the internet, they see the comments. People are like, ill, you could have done better. Ill, stuff like that to get.
Literally.
So then it would lead you into depression and you would literally be like, I might be suicidal and stuff like that. Because comments are very harsh.
Yeah, I've literally seen so many young creators our age stop creating because of haters and comments and stuff like that. That is definitely going to affect your mental health because you've brought yourself up with the confidence to come and show your face, come and show
100%.
your work. For people to then bring it down, you're just going to feel worthless.
True.
And that is just recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Depression, anxiety, all of it.
I agree. And I feel like it makes people so self-conscious of what they're posting that they can't be themselves online anymore.
Yeah. Me personally, I think like in lockdown, how everyone wasn't like, how do I say? Everyone wasn't face to face online. Do you get what I mean? So like,
Yeah, that's when people got excited.
yeah. So like, I think like that being in lockdown created like not like two problems, but like in a way two problems. One of them is people getting too brave online, and start trolling other people, because in lockdown everyone was posting like as a way of communication. TikTok was booming through the roof as well, and when that comes and people are like doing well in certain times, you'll see some people who want to troll others, and in the comments you'll see brutal comments. So it will bring the person who's receiving those comments down and have a feeling of like low self-worth. And also being in lockdown, I saw, and not being around people as much, when you're coming out of lockdown, you're like, it's like you have anxiety.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
you've stayed at your house for like how many? Was it like a year?
Yeah.
Was like a year?
3 lockdowns too. So there was one long one and a short one and another short one.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
So it was like 2 years of COVID.
Yeah.
2 or more years of COVID.
Yeah.
And like everyone's staying at their house. You're not like familiarizing yourself with others.
But basically like face-to-face communication.
Yeah. So you're definitely gonna feel like some sort of anxiety.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do you think that social media promotes, how do I say it? What do you think social media has a play or like a part to play in sexual activity in people in our generation? And yeah, that's just basically my question.
I wouldn't say social media. I don't think it's social media.
So I'll do like so not social media, but like on the things on the internet.
Yeah, definitely.
Things on social media,
Like,
or like
that kind of content is only accessible for 18 plus. Whatnot.
Yeah.
The fact that I can go on my phone and easily find it, like literally in 10 seconds, find that kind of content.
Yeah.
Is so dangerous.
It's crazy.
Like, it's supposed to be in a way that we can't access it, so that we're mature enough so that when we can access it, we know what to do with it. But when you're like 12, 13, 14, first stumbling across that kind of content, it can mess you up mentally because you can get addicted to that kind of stuff.
It can.
And then it just changes your whole perspective on how to treat people in a sexual way because you've only seen it in a fabricated and romanticized way.
Yeah.
But when it happens in real life to you, you're just like, this is not how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And if it isn't the way you expected it to be, then you just have unrealistic ideologies
Literally.
of that kind of thing. And you just become hypersexual because you're always looking for it's true, because you're just looking for what you expected it to be. And it will never be that way. So it definitely...
Yeah, and I feel like when people post their experiences and they're like, oh, I'm 16, I've got like 5 bodies, I've done this and I've done this.
That's
and
not
then
good.
You're watching and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm 16 and I've got nothing to my name. You might feel a type of way and you might be like, okay, maybe I'm like lacking behind my generation, and it can make you feel a certain type of way. So it can make you feel like, let me go out and do what everyone else is doing to help me like fit in and like feel better, so I have things to talk about with the people in my generation.
It's pressure as well.
Yeah.
It is.
Like, a lot of people around me are active in that sense. So if you personally, you know that you're not, you could feel peer pressured. Even if they don't explicitly tell you to go and do stuff, you might think, all my friends are doing it, so why am I not?
Yeah.
Then you'd feel the urge to get involved.
Yeah.
That's not.
And you'd want something to
wanna
talk
get
about,
involved
innit? Because like, if your friends are all sitting at a table, they're saying,
Yeah.
I've done this, okay, have you done this? Da, 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 and you're comparing experiences, and you're just sitting there like, well, I've got nothing to talk about, I've got nothing to say. You're going to feel left out, and it's going to make you feel a type of way.
And
That's
you're going to
true.
get curious.
True.
You're going to get very curious. You're going to be like, what is this they're always talking about? What is this they're always talking about? What is this?
It's crazy.
And then you're just going to feel inclined to go and do it yourself.
It's because like this technology thing, like what people find on the internet now is so scary.
Yeah.
Why it's scary? It's scary. Like what I mean by little kids can access certain sites when they shouldn't be on them is crazy, and it's mind-boggling as well. And with the peer pressure stuff as well, I get where you guys are coming from, and like I'll give an example of like, let's say the man them. Let's say the man them, quote unquote the man them. Let's say they call themselves the man of this group. One of the man them has more than 3 bodies or 4 bodies. He's bragging about it. So then the second one has tried to compete with him, getting bodies as well. And they see him on his story doing up Mr. Loverboy. every single Valentine's Day there's a new one. And like the peer pressure stuff, like people in that group will feel pressures to not be in a relationship but like be
like them.
Be like them. And then them watching things on the internet, and what you see most of the time I think is how do I say it? It's like what they see most of the time on the internet, they'll think that's how it's meant to be. So I'm going to try and find a fast track for it.
Yeah, and I feel like it's really bad because you don't treat the person you're with as a human. You'll treat them more like an object.
True.
And be like, I've seen this happen and so now I should come and like reenact it. And of course, this defo like is subjective, and it depends on the type of person you are, because some people can watch something and never reenact it.
True.
And some people can watch something and want to do it in real life, like always. So I feel like it just depends, but yeah.
So like with maturity and social media, I'm going to ask you guys your opinion, but on this thing of maturity and social media, I think social media has made people our age, like, or people in our generation, grow up too fast in a sense that you wouldn't even notice if someone's 16. You wouldn't even notice if someone's 15 or 14 because they look like they're in first year of uni or even more than that. You can see some guys that'll be looking like they have that are pulling weight, that are paying tax, taking care of children when they're literally doing their GCSEs. But like, I think that like, agree with me or disagree with me, but like, I think that social media has had a part in this.
No, social media has a massive part.
It has,
Like
yeah.
this little segment, like I always talk about it because one thing about our generation, we don't actually have role models. People look up to people like Jada Wader and these toxic relationships and doing your hair this way, wearing these super, super revealing clothes. Like, you've seen the clothes that are promoted, like BBL clothing. I can't find a dress anymore that isn't cut out somewhere or like has rips somewhere to show like your bum or whatever it is. Because, and if that's the only thing that people our age have to look at and have to basically copy, it's gonna force you to grow up quickly. Whereas if you have actual good role models who are modest and actually teach young people how to be civilized people of society, we wouldn't have 13-year-olds looking like they're 20.
True. Because on your point of, sorry, why did I forget this already? On your point of the, what was that point that you made on my days?
What about role
But
models?
we don't have role models.
The clothing and stuff like that. I think
yeah.
like clothing brands, like things like PLT,
Fashion
ASOS,
Nova.
they are catering.
I don't shop Fashion Nova.
They are being catered to,
BBL bodies, basically.
and
not real bodies.
And if you don't have that BBL body, it's not gonna look like that on you, and then it's the whole spiral of mental health issues. It's literally a cycle.
it is. Because did you see that thing when, I don't know if it was PLT or
for what's it called? Eid.
yeah, did you see that?
Yes,
Did you see it?
I
Yeah.
saw it.
I was like, huh?
Yeah.
I thought it was a glitch on the site. Maybe they put the wrong section on the wrong, because there's no way you're telling me you want women of Islam to wear that.
Especially on a big
Literally.
celebration after they've just fasted.
Is
Like,
ridiculous.
It is.
It's ridiculous.
I feel like it also causes body dysmorphia as well.
True.
Because you're gonna look at that and you're gonna say, all right, I've got it on this size, and then you're gonna try it on and you're gonna say, I don't look like the model. And as much as people can say be realistic, like, you know, you're not gonna look like the model, you know, it's gonna look like your body type, some people do wish and hope that it looks like how it looked on the model, so then it does cause that what's it called, people to feel down and bad about themselves. But however, like, as much as there's a lot of negatives with social media, there is that positives when it comes to like body positivity. Because there are people that say like accept yourself, and there's a lot of creators that are accepting their body for who they are and making people feel comfortable in their body if they're not like what's it called, the average size, basically.
True.
So yeah.
So like this thing with online bullying and things like that. Do you think it still happens? Like, I know it still happens on things like TikTok and Twitter. You'll be seeing people get dragged on Twitter. Sometimes it's banned. Sometimes it's people like take it personal and just go straight for the jugular. But like, you can see things on TikTok, on Instagram. Like, the main thing I saw on TikTok, you'll see people post their videos, and then the whole comment section will drag you. They'll drag you. They'll get you into a chokehold. They'll try to strangle you. They don't let you breathe. If you apply, they'll shut it down.
And the thing is that 9 times out of 10, these accounts are not real themselves.
True.
If you were to click on them, no picture, no nothing, like one follower, and they're trying to bring you down. It's just not a vibe.
True.
That's not the way to go, basically. And it depends who you are as well, because some people are not strong. Like, if you've posted that, you think you've looked your best that you've ever looked in your life, and now people are coming to say, oh, like, what's it called, is the pretty person in the room with us right now. Like, do you know how rude that is?
It is really rude.
Like, that is so rude. And then, like, when you see it getting like thousands or hundreds of likes, you're gonna be like, damn, like, look how many people agree with this person. Maybe I should start agreeing with them about like my own looks and all of that. And it's just a lot, really and truly.
Hello?
No, I have nothing to say. You already said what I agree with.
So, okay, with social media, okay, let me move it to technology now. Do you think that technology helps with people in education? And do you think it can be catered for, like, to people in education?
Yeah. Do you mean technology as in the actual physical objects like an iPad, a phone, a laptop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like-
things like the internet and stuff like that.
100%.
Because me personally, I think people get sidetracked when they're doing stuff online.
I feel like I
than
get
in-
sidetracked when I do things manually because I have a phone, laptop, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm doing it by textbook, by paper, I'm like, oh, let me just go on my laptop, watch YouTube. But if you're actually doing the work on on your laptop or on your iPad, I think you're more zoned in to your work because you can't actually get distracted because you're using the distraction for good purposes. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not everyone I know, but a good majority of people that I know have an iPad and use it for notes and stuff. And it clearly works. Almost everyone has a laptop and actively uses a laptop with their work because it's impossible. Not impossible, but you could do everything by paper, but it's going to take you a long time.
Yeah.
So that clearly shows that it helps. It's efficient.
I agree.
True.
That's the job.
So what's the potential risk of like? Okay, before I say that question,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with my brain today. I literally had one juicy question, but now my mouth is just fumbling. Oh. So what's the potential risks of teens oversharing their information online, and how can they protect themselves?
There's so many risks that when you're oversharing your information, especially if you're oversharing to strangers, like people that don't know you and you don't know the intentions that they have with you, because not everyone has good intentions with you. So some people could literally use it and it could backfire on you. A way to protect yourself is that on social media, if you're not trying to become like a content creator or you're trying to make social media your job, maybe go under like a fake name or something and don't really put like all your information out there. And like when asking for your date of birth and stuff like that, maybe you can like fake it, but don't fake it too bad. So yeah.
So it might be hard for some people. I don't know if this is true or not. To stop themselves from oversharing online, because some people find it hard to socialize in person.
True.
So when you find it hard to socialize in person, you're going on things like Discord. Literally, you're going on things like Discord. You're going on things like Roblox or stuff like that. No, it's true. People find friends on Roblox that they didn't know and they start oversharing. Do you know how many grown men are on Roblox talking to little children and they to this day they don't know who they're talking to? It's crazy. They'll find on Discord, they'll find on Roblox, even Instagram, Twitter, Snapshots. No one uses Facebook anymore, but you can add that in there if you use Facebook. You can be talking to someone that you don't really know, like in the sense that like you've added this person or this person has added you.
Basically,
you're then talking.
an internet friend, innit?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes people never meet up with their internet friends, but sometimes people just like it like that because they don't know how to socialize in person.
True.
So when they're messaging them, it's just like a way to vent, and they don't have anything else on their head. Like, oh my gosh, I might see this person when I'm walking down the street. Oh my gosh, like who are they gonna tell this information to? It kind of does it for weight off their shoulders if they have internet friends, and if they do want to take the internet friend like seriously, then they'll be like, oh, let's meet up and stuff like that.
True. So, Ella?
No, I agree. It's just the whole topic gives me the heebie-jeebies a bit. Because how can you go from playing a game together to now meeting up in real life? And I know some people who have like made actual good friends from online friends and then meeting up, but it can also go terribly wrong.
It can go sideways.
So I don't like fully agree with it. That's my online friends. They stay online friends. I don't make plans on meeting them, even if we FaceTime and stuff. Like, I just don't trust it. It's too scary. And social media, like all this AI, all this deep fake, like you just can't trust anything online anymore. So yeah, I don't agree with oversharing. Don't do it, guys. Even if you trust this person fully, just if you don't know them from real life, you met in a game, just don't overshare. You can still be friends, just don't overshare.
I agree.
So, like, you know, with these other podcasts, I'm not trying to like shut them down or anything. Like, you do you. So, like, you do you, yeah. But like, do you think that these other podcasts that like that promote do you call it anti-feminism?
Oh, what, like when men are on podcasts talking about women?
Yeah, and just belittling them.
That's like just misogynistic podcast.
Yeah. So like, do you think they have an effect on?
Oh, on young boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
It's literally just like Angie Tate 2.0.
True.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Because I'm not gonna call. I'll say the thing, but I'm just gonna bleep it out.
Oh God.
He does podcasts. He only brings women on the podcast.
And then he just bashes them.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
never seen that
there
in my
was there was one episode when the girl, she had blue hair, and then there was this other lady called something like that.
I have no idea who she is either.
And now she has now called the girl with the blue hair a Jezebel.
Oh.
She called her a hoe. She called her a slut.
Yeah.
All
Wait,
because
is that the one where the woman was shouting at her?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know my free face.
Yeah. Like
I don't know my free face.
she called her slut because she has blue hair. She called her slut because
she wasn't
she's
listening to a man.
Yeah.
Even though what he was saying was just.
What if I went on there with my orange hair? What's she gonna say?
True.
Like,
And she was and the thing is, yeah, she was going straight for that girl on that podcast.
She never
but
once told him like what he's doing is not good. She
Literally.
basically just jumped on it as well.
There's been other girls on that podcast that have stood up and they've either been kicked out or they've walked out because they said what he's saying is is disrespectful and rude towards.
I have to go research that like when I get home.
Yeah, true. But like it's like the girl on the podcast is like there could be plenty other people who that girl could relate to.
Yeah.
And the people who dress themselves up like that, and we have to add the fact in that she said that she was a Christian as well. She was of a religion, and girls that have Christian religion and they dress like that, they'll now think, am I not a Christian anymore? Because now this person has come for me for not being a Christian. She's because she was literally coming for saying, you're not a Christian, you're Jezebel, you're not a Christian, do not accept or something like that. But like the people who are watching that, like they'll be like, look how I dress, like am I a Christian? Like it will take a toll on them and their faith as well.
I agree, but I feel like this whole topic and stuff like that is just subjective to the person because we don't have specific people.
True.
Because some people, like I had keep saying, some people would look at that and literally taking it how you've taken it and be like, oh my gosh, I'm not a Christian. Da, 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 da. Some people can be very strong in their faith and say, okay, well, this lady's wrong. Like, I know where I stand with God. Me and my relationship with God is perfectly fine. So I feel like it depends on how impressionable the person is and how they view and how strong their mind is, basically.
True.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like this whole like podcast thing, whatever, this lady, it's just internalized misogyny.
True.
And maybe like what she's grown up with. Maybe in her household, her mum told her always submit to a man, bow down to a man. Her dad might have been like, I'm the head of the household and stuff like that. So it's just been continued throughout her life. And now she projects her views on other people. Not everyone thinks they need to submit to a man. Some women do. Some people like living like that. And some women just don't. I feel like it just depends on who you are as a person.
And it might be like a thing of like I don't want to be rude or anything. It might be a thing of like generational trauma or something like that.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Because even in African households as well, there are some parents who would straight up abuse their children or like treat them so badly because of what they've been through. And now they have been abused. They'll then carry on to the younger kids as well because they, how do I say it? Like, it's just like a thing that's happened to them. They'll just do to their kids. It comes knowingly or unknowingly as well. But yeah, it's crazy.
I feel like it's also a thing where it's like some people's household, like if the woman's cooking, she might serve the man first and she won't serve the children first. So that could be like the internalized misogyny too. Like the man's always gonna be ahead of the women.
So
back to what the original question about what we think of the misogynistic podcast. I think, obviously, they do more harm than good. Like, because then young men are going to see this and think this is how I should treat a woman. Because these men, obviously, to have a podcast, you need to have a platform. You need to be somewhat important for people to listen to what you're saying and to have a fan base.
Yeah.
So the fact that young men are seeing these people with platforms talk about women in this way, they're going to think that's the right way to treat a woman when it's not.
It's really not.
It's not. Maybe the traditional way where a man is above, but like it's 2023 now. You kind of have to wake up. Like that is just not how it is anymore. It shouldn't have ever been that way in the first place, but that's just not how it is anymore. It's not okay.
So social media is it's like one big massive bulldozer just going back.
It has its perks, but
It
also
does.
has a lot of cons as well.
So like, what's the pros of like?
I feel like the cons are worse, but the pros, pros at businesses.
Yeah,
I've seen so many businesses on my friend's Snapchat stories that I've like, I don't know, screenshotted, gone to follow, or maybe wanted to buy things from them. So I feel like small businesses and gaining like a fan base of your business is like a good thing for social media as well. And also like relatability, if that's like a word or whatever, that if you see something that you're going through and you think, oh my gosh, I'm the only one that's going through it, my life's over, you might just scroll on your For You page and you'll see someone make a TikTok about it and you're like, oh, like, and people in the comments are like, I've been through this, and they're just telling and sharing their story. So I feel like that's another good thing about social media. You can find other people that have been through what you're going through, and you can find comfort in it, basically.
True.
Definitely. Pros of social media. Everything Renee just said. You see what I mean? The fact that I have to think hard like this for a pro just goes to show how the cons outweigh it.
Yeah.
Obviously, memes, funny content, keeping yourself afloat, distracting yourself from your real world problems. That's a great part of social media. Like you can actually escape. You just be on your phone, scroll in your bed. 100%. You'll just be laughing. Yeah. There's so much fun.
Also, I feel like if we're not thinking about 2023 like right now, back during like the Black Lives Matter movement, social media played such a huge part in bringing so much bringing so much awareness into Black Lives Matter, what it was about, why people were protesting. Literally, the protest spread viral around the news all because of social media, and people were supporting the campaign. So I feel like that was one of social media's best highlights, basically.
So okay, so how has social media like affected the self-esteem of teenagers?
Self-esteem. Me personally, crushed, absolutely diminished self-esteem. Obviously, I've got it back up.
Yeah.
But like when you're young, like year 8, year 9,
gosh, what a time.
And you're comparing yourself to people.
You're 25.
Exactly.
Literally.
That's what most people don't understand. Yeah. Young people our age are like, I don't look like her. She's 27. She has all these procedures done.
Literally.
Don't worry. Don't worry. And everyone's beautiful in their own way. If you compare yourself to the next girl or to the next person or whoever it is, you will never be happy because you don't look like anyone. So literally, if you basically define beauty based on someone, you'll never find yourself beautiful unless you look like that person.
That is deep. Oh my gosh.
It's true.
It is.
I agree.
It's really sad as well. So I think what people need to realize is beauty is subjective. It comes in so many forms. You don't have to look one way to be considered beautiful.
True.
And because everyone on Instagram basically looks the same, everyone has a small nose, small waist, big bum,
hourglass figure.
Yeah. If you don't have that certain BBL look or that, perfect glam look, you're going to think you're ugly, which isn't the case at all.
And I think that you shouldn't try too much, like when you're growing older. Like, how do I say, you shouldn't try too much to make yourself look like another person. And because there'll definitely be like some serious side effects.
Yeah. Self-esteem, I feel like if we're not talking about the negatives, the positives are it can boost your self-esteem if you do post something and you get like maybe a lot of likes and a lot of comments boosting you and everything. But on the other hand, it could also go left and you could post something and people could hate it. So I feel like if you're posting on social media, you have to have a strong mental mind, something like that to get. Because if your mental's not strong, you'll be crushed. You will literally be crushed.
But even at that, like, I've seen social media crush strong people.
True.
Like, it just depends on the mass of hate and trolling that you receive. Because some people, they'll crumble at one comment. Some people, their breaking point will be 10,000 comments.
Yeah.
A strong person, quote, quote, is someone who can handle the 10,000. But no one should have to go through that in the first place, whether they're strong or not. So this whole like having a strong mindset to do social media is kind of BS to me. Why should you have to be considered strong? Why should you have to be someone who's considered to have a lot of resilience just to post your face and your work? Should they be able to post our work or your face or whatever it is, regardless if you're weak-minded, strong-minded, however you are?
So I have one quick question. If you might need this question out loud because I think you made the question or you got the question somewhere. If someone gave you anything materialistic that you want, anything at all, let's say if you want 1 million, 10 million in your bank accounts, before you blink, it's already dirt. If you want that the house that you've been looking on Zoopla for how many years,
LAL.
before you blink, is already there. If like anything materialistic that you want, let's say Rolls Royce, Ferrari, anything that you want, if someone gives you that but says you cannot post it on social media whatsoever, would you take it?
Would I take it? I really want to say yes. But like, it's nice to post stuff. Like, you know, when you're out to eat, you post your new shoes, you post, that sort of thing. Like, but not even in a way to flex. In a way to just share, like, guys, this is what I have. I really like it. I hope you like it too. But like, I also realize we shouldn't have to live our lives for someone else.
Yeah.
I should get a new pair of shoes, rock those shoes outside because I like it. I shouldn't feel the urge to now take a picture, post it because it's designer or whatever it is, so people can now think I'm rich. At first it's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna come and lie. It's gonna be hard to not post it because that's just how I've been conditioned. That's just how, because we grew up with social media. Like, I've been conditioned to take pictures of my food and all my things. But I'll take the items. But I think it will also teach me, like, social media is not everything. I should just enjoy it as it is.
True.
I feel like I could definitely take it and not post it. Like, I understand where Ella's coming from. Like, when you go out or when you're doing something, like, you post your whereabouts, you'll caption it and say, I'm here. And, like, your friends are like, oh, look, Renee's gone here, Renee's gone there. Do you get, like, oh, Renee's always out, she's gone somewhere. But I feel like if it came to, like, I couldn't post it to get that, I would have to do it because it's like an ultimatum for me. And it's just like, if I, like, break it or whatever, then the stuff will get taken away. And I don't think I'd risk that much money and that many things just for social media, for validation of other people, because they wouldn't face the repercussions if I did post it. So,
but then again, that question also a catch-22 as well, because the question literally asks materialistic things or social media. But if you think about it, without social media, if you were to get this car, all this money, these holidays, all that stuff, would you yourself deep down actually be happy going on those holidays? Or do you feel like you want to do those things just because everyone else is doing it and you kind of want to fit in and seem somewhat superior?
Me, myself, I would actually feel happy.
yeah, I feel like
I would feel very happy, like, not worrying about social media. Just like, let's say, for instance, is like, for example, everyone wants to go to Dubai. Everyone wants to go to Dubai, but let's say you go somewhere else, one beautiful beach, food is popping, music is popping, and you don't have to post it on social media. you don't have to worry about social media. You don't have to worry about anything.
True.
No one's dining online saying, "Oh, send a pic of the place. I want to see how the place looks." You don't have to worry about any of that. Like I would be happy, even if I go to that hotspot called Dubai and I'm letting the sun just kiss my face.
I mean,
I would be happy.
I agree, because I feel like that kind of lifestyle is only boring for you if you've always lived it.
True.
I most definitely have not lived that lifestyle. So if we meet in our transition for the free to that lifestyle,
I agree.
I would happily take it. I'll be so happy with it.
Yeah.
But what's it called? Like, for some people, it might not be, because they would have lived that life already. Like, you already see celebrities, like, they always talk about, I'm comfortable, I don't need the Ferrari and stuff like that. It's not everything. All these things is not everything. You don't know until you have it.
Literally.
So I think I'd have to have it to see first. But right now, as I'm talking, I'll take it.
And most of the time, is the people online who will say that something is nothing when they have all of it.
Exactly.
The people who are not necessarily who have nothing,
Money
but the people
isn't
who
everything, but you're set for life. Your family's set for
literally
life. Generations are set for
you
life.
don't have to. You have like
You can
generational
retire
wealth.
today.
I agree.
You
Like-
can retire today.
That's literally like the Kardashians though. People would be like, "Oh, I don't care what they have." Da 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 da. Like you do though, because if you had that lifestyle, you know you'd be happy and content. Like your family, they have like a nice big family in it, always going over houses, like cute vibes and stuff like that. Nice houses and stuff like that. Like you know you'd want it. Stop being bitter.
But then again, you don't know what people's personal lives are like. What's going on in people's personal lives?
Yeah.
You really have to be careful what you wish for, because you can now be saying, "Oh, I want to be like this person and this person, that couple, that's so cute. I want to be just like them."
But do you know what happens
closed
behind
doors,
doors?
they're being
Literally.
abused, or like it's just not how it seems. They're always arguing. So now that you've wished for it, when it's your turn, you actually feel it. You'll see in it for yourself, and you're like, wait, this isn't what I want. So even though, face value, you're gonna want the lifestyle of Kardashians, you're gonna want the lifestyle of all these people because they have money, they're always going to events. Face value. But behind the scenes, their families might be crumbling. They might have crippling depression. You don't actually know. We only know what we can see. So you have to be really careful what you wish
That's
for.
why people say like, don't believe everything you see on social media, because if you see someone posting like a yacht or a Ferrari, you're like, oh my gosh, someone's got
They're
this,
probably
like,
renting it out.
and literally like they could literally be renting it for 1 hour, 2 hours, or if they've bought it, do they have food in their fridge?
True.
Do they have a home? Do they have a couch to live on, or have they just posted this Ferrari
Are
for
they paying
everyone
for the
to,
heating?
literally for everyone to just be like, oh wow,
I
like
wanna
Bla's got a
be like
Ferrari.
them.
Literally.
But do you really?
No, you don't.
Really?
Literally.
But like, do you think that like social media? I know this is like a totally different question from what we're talking about right now, but do you think social media has now pushed people to be in relationships like in our age? Because I think that like people have like it's like they need to be in a relationship. Literally,
I already like
they need everyone in our age now needs to be in a
because
relationship.
everyone's getting their little rose petals. I want
Literally.
that too.
But just like, if you have a relationship here, that's amazing for you. Like, I hope it's going well for everyone that has a relationship. But like, the people who, there's like everyone, they just want a relationship now to be somebody.
Yeah, people crave it. They don't even crave it because they want companionship or they want a partner. They crave it because they want to flex it. They want to show
True.
my man got me 100 roses. But now that the roses are sitting in your house, what's his purpose?
It's decaying.
Does it even fit in the vase at
It's
home?
turning brown.
Like,
and it's also like people in a relationship, like you said, for the flex, they don't want to go through the hardship
They
of
don't
when your
wanna
babes
go
ain't
through the
communicating
hard-
with you.
they don't want to go through the periods of not having money and stuff like that. Like,
100%.
they just want it to be
I
sunshine.
agree. Like,
True.
if someone doesn't want to talk, like if your babes doesn't want to talk to you, or your babes is out or doing stuff and they're not replying to you, and you're just sorry, because I can't really say guy or girl. I don't know who's watching and stuff like that as you get, but you don't want to go through that. Like, not arguing 24s, but if arguments happen, do you really want to go through that? Because a lot of people would just call it quits and call it a day.
That's why relationships don't last in our generation.
Yeah, I agree. But hey, it's not about relationships, guys. It's about social media. You know.
But social media
That's
doesn't have
slightly
a.
what the question was about.
Yeah, it has a play.
It-
Social media doesn't have
It
play in
destroyed
relationships.
how people see relationships.
Yeah. They see relationships more. I think like social media has made relationships seem more like
Toxic.
Fabricated.
and like it seems like a business now. Like you buy me something, I buy you something. You get me a car,
He
I
has
get
to
you
me a
something.
car. He has to
Literally.
buy me a Birkin bag.
Literally.
Why? Is he
The
a
Telfar
Birkin
bag as
thing?
well.
I totally forgot about that when everyone wanted a Birkin.
What even is the bag? Like,
Oh my
is
god!
it a plain bag that just costs
It's Telfar now.
stupid
Yeah.
price?
It's Telfar bag now.
I totally forgot about that. Like that's how you know social media trends come and go, because now you've mentioned it. I remember the flood.
Exactly.
Literally.
I literally remember the flood of, I think Lil Baby got Jada Wader one, and she had like a closet of them, and everyone said, I want it, I want it, I want it. I said, babes, you're like 13. What do
Even
you
if you get the
what do you
bag,
gain?
where are you wearing it to?
like? What do you gain from that? You're just gonna wear it to a little motive in a haul that's not really gonna appreciate a 50k bag.
Because the thing is, those people who are begging for that Birkin bag, once they buy the Birkin bag, they know that they're not taking it anywhere other than one bougie.
And even that 50k for a
thingamabob.
bag is ridiculous.
50k.
Yeah,
It's 50k.
yeah.
It's
Birkin's
like
bro, it's
40k.
it's
I didn't know it was that
pink,
expensive.
Yeah.
Like a standard size, you know, the full size handbag
bro. Yeah,
is like
That's more than a whole year of rent.
yeah.
that's some people's joint household income.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's
For one
literally
bag.
Yeah, that's literally how much a Birkin costs at 50k, and that's at not even
50K.
the top. That's not even the top Birkin. It keeps getting like
Stop
whatever
it.
more you want, it keeps getting higher.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe these celebrities, their stuff is fake. Because how can you have a closet full of that bag?
Literally.
How expensive would that closet be?
I agree.
I know they have money, but like,
How money is the money? Like
exactly. But that's a
50K.
topic for another
Yeah,
day.
literally.
Yeah.
Like, I promise you, when we get off this, you can search it up.
50 bloody thousand.
I
Yeah,
can check
What?
right now.
yeah,
Birkin bag price.
50.
yeah. Like, I'm being safer, bro. I remember I had to look it up.
What
when
has
everyone
this
said
word
they wanted
become
it.
of?
And I was like, "What do you mean you want it? Because what do you want it for? Like,
If
you
it's
don't even-
50k, it's not leaving my
Well, you
leaving
don't
my
even
house.
Want, like, you don't even want to invest your money a house or mortgage. You want a Birkin, like come on
Literally.
now.
Yeah.
50k.
Like yeah,
50k.
yeah, bro. I mean, that was
It's even reselling for 93k.
If someone comes up to me in Central London and says, "Do you want the Birkin bag or double it?" I'm saying, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. What the hell?
Nah, this is stupid price. And they don't even look
I
particularly
agree.
designer.
Yeah.
50.
You could
50.
easily
This is
beat
even
this.
just-
I'm reselling for
93.
93.
yeah.
I can
French
buy a house. I
handbag
can nearly buy a
maker.
house. Add a few more K. Give me 100k. I'll go outside London.
Listen, French handbag maker Hermes
Oh, Hermes,
created
yeah.
the iconic Birkin and Kelly bags, which sell for £20,000 each on average. So that's
Crazy.
about
Father.
the cheaper ones.
My father in heaven.
£20,000 for a handbag.
What?
Okay, do you know how much you can do with 20k?
20k. That's how much uni students are making postgraduate their first job for the year, and you're gonna spend it on one bag.
What?
Yeah. And I'm
Back
saying,
in.
social media is very unrealistic, especially at this age. What are you doing with a Birkin? It
Literally.
doesn't make sense.
And you know what? Yeah, this social media thing and people and posting that flashy stuff is leading other people to do fraud and do so-called what did they call it back then, squares.
Oh Lord.
They will be thieving other people's money, other people's hard work.
Mother's
Hard work.
savings, father's
You're
savings.
stealing people's hard work.
Just to post on
so
Snap
that you
and
can
be
buy
like, swing
yourself
your square.
Balenciaga.
Literally.
I don't understand fraud.
Because imagine if I was a victim of fraud.
No,
Yeah,
genuinely, it's so
Such a funny
unethical.
thing. That's such a funny thing
it's
to say.
evil.
But it's so unethical. Like, think about it. You're stealing someone's savings so that you can buy yourself a car. Even that car, because the money isn't legit, you have to be hiding. What's the point?
Money laundering, innit?
Look.
Like, you got to pay it in different places.
Imagine if
What's the
one of you
point?
were like a victim of fraud. You have saved money. You're saving for a nice house, and you're saving. You're not looking at you're not looking at how much is in. You're just putting money in. You know that there's money in that account. You know that there's going to be more than 6k at least.
You go
At
check
least it
the
is.
account, zero, clear, even black.
0 0 0 0.
What's that? No, that's so
That's
sad.
evil.
That's so sad.
That's evil because the people who are doing this fraud stuff. Imagine if it happens back to if it comes to
What happened to you if-
back then back.
What would you do if your mum came to you and told you, they've cleared my account.
Literally.
My bank is not allowing me to. They're not giving
And
me.
now
a
imagine it's your
refund.
friends that you've just seen. The friends just snapped a stack of cash.
That's your mum's money.
Literally.
Why
That's
would you-
crazy.
It's not fair as a
It's not fair. That's evil.
Even in this cost of living, I don't support it. I'll never support it. It's so immoral. I just don't get it.
Taking someone's that one, it hit my chest. It hit my chest.
Are you a victim of fraud?
No, I'm not a victim of fraud, but like thinking about it, if I'm working and I open my account and I'm seeing nothing is there, I will not rest until I catch that person that take my money.
Some people don't get their money back, you know, because
They
the
don't.
bank blacklists them. Because how can you go from having 10K to zero straight like that? And now you're calling me for a refund. Most banks won't give it back because they don't know where that money went. And 10K is a lot of money.
Literally.
And they've done so, like, banks have tried to do so much fraud prevention. At this point, they're saying it's your own.
Yeah.
They're tired. They're so tired of people being a fraud and what's it called, going through fraud. They're saying, like,
refunds. The
literally, they're
money.
saying, if someone's called you saying that we're the bank and give you the money, can you call us first? Like, call us back on like another number. They've given you so many tips and tricks to try and avoid fraud and like cold calls. They're saying it's your own. They don't actually care anymore.
It's crazy.
They really don't care anymore. And that's really...
That's crazy. This is what like social media and technology does.
Yeah,
It's
true.
like you said, it's a circle. It's like a circle.
Yeah.
Cycle.
It's a circles
A
around.
vicious
It's
cycle.
going
like,
around.
yeah.
But like,
It's so vicious too.
it's like what?
I agree.
From technology, from one post, it can lead to fraud. From one post, it can lead to sexual assault.
Yeah.
From one post, it can lead to what else? Abuse.
100%. Domestic violence. Like, imagine
Literally.
you posted something and your partner didn't like it and they're beating on you at home. Like, that's just crazy.
Why are you
Even-
smiling at saying that?
I'm not laughing, but it's just crazy to think
Yeah.
about it. Like, you've posted it in your skin out dress,
Literally.
and
True.
he's seen it, and he's like, "What do you mean you've posted that? Who are you going out with?"
And that's the relationship people want, you know. I want to be like him. He's so protective. No, when she gets home.
Literally.
I agree. Like, you're posting like, "Oh, I've got my babes on my side," or whatever. But when she gets home and he's seen what's
A
been
nigga
happening,
put his hands on me.
laughing.
But like, it's sad.
I agree.
And is mind-boggling. Even people trying to be curious and searching things on the internet. People who are not antisocial, but people who struggle to socialize in person as well,
Yeah.
and trying to find like do you call it leeway or something like that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, like you know people
You
who
lost me.
like have struggled like talking to people in person, and they go online.
Like social anxiety.
Yeah, but they go to people
Oh,
online.
it's
and
basically a
talk.
way out.
Yeah.
Basically.
I don't know. I
Okay.
call it leeway or something like that, but English is not my strong suit. But like, like by the grace of God, but like just people like who struggle to find friends in person, they'll go online, and them trying to find friends online will put them in danger as well,
Yeah.
all because of technology.
They can either go find friends online. I feel like there's two ends. They'll either try and find friends online, or they'll become the troll and bully people.
True.
Like, there's two ends of it, basically.
Technology is a destroyer, and it is a, what would you call it? A positive side of
But
technology.
the fact that we're talking about
I'm
this,
not gonna
and this
continue.
is
I'm
going
not
on
gonna
technology. Like,
bash it though, because I'll still go back and use it.
No, it's not just a destroyer.
Real.
Like there's benefits. There's benefits of technology. Technology is like,
You just need to put yourself in the right place.
yeah,
Don't be a victim. Don't put yourself in the place for trolls. But then again, anyone can get trolled. You just need to be careful
be careful.
and be strong within yourself.
be mindful, basically.
Be really careful. But like, yeah, when you're on social media and technology, like just be careful, be wary, be aware, because anything can happen. Even by the click of a button, your account details.
Literally.
You'll be hearing dun, 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 dun.
And
Your money's gone.
9 times out of 10, you won't be able to get that back.
Literally.
It's literally gone forever.
And
It depends
then,
on the amount. Like if it's £100 or less, you'll probably get it back.
true.
But
But
fraud,
once it starts
fraud doesn't do
passing-
100.
exactly. They don't do little £100 no more.
True.
Straight swipe.
And there's one thing,
Good
yeah,
manners.
I'm gonna make this serious. I'm gonna make it serious. I'm just joking. It's not really serious. But if you're seeing your friends post the flashy thing online, don't feel convicted to go into your mother's bag and take her card. To go no, because you deep it. That's another human that you're taking money off from.
Your mom.
Don't-
That money you stole, she's
literally
gonna use it to pay for
buy
the water bill.
your
and
food.
You're taking it to buy Chinese.
Literally.
What's that?
Literally, what is it?
that?
Because you have to deep it. Yeah, you can avoid the fact that it's your mother or your father. You still have to still remember you're stealing someone else's. They've worked hard for the money and you're taking it to buy something else.
True.
Be careful. Don't try to be like
Chinese,
other
I don't
people.
want
Just be
Chinese.
yourself.
All for the sake of a like and to be like, yeah, I'm trying to be like you, bro. All for the sake
Literally.
of the comments that, oh, what, my
My
killie, my
boy,
slime.
my boy.
Like,
It's not by
what?
force.
Like, what? Or same with girls that we don't discriminate. And what's it called for girls' comments to be like, oh, I'm trying to be like her. How'd you get like body goals and stuff like that? We don't discriminate here.
We don't need to do that.
But yeah. So yeah, we gonna end it here.
We
Yeah.
can end it here.
But yeah, so guys, like, comment, subscribe. Please share this out. And if you have any suggestions or you wanna send over suggestions of things that we should talk about, do not be afraid. Like, you can DM us on Instagram or you can leave them in the comments. And if you have anything that you're going through, you can DM us as well. And if you want us to bring it on here and talk about it,
Yeah, you
we
should
would
do
be
a
happy to do so.
dilemma episode.
Yeah.
You should send that dilemma.
Dilemma
That would be
episode coming
funny.
soon.
That was so funny. Yeah.
But yeah, is it TTYL? Yeah, technology, see? TTYL. Talk to you later. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.